Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Starting out this week, it's a Monday night. Getting some folks in here. So we're doing a few things here tonight. The main thing we're doing is there's a little piece of news that broke earlier, and we're going to get into that and do a little a throwback review, if you will. And if I'm a little off tonight, it's because it's just it's been one hell of a day. So apologies ahead of everything else. But how you guys doing? Thanks for joining. A lot of new subs lately too. So if you're new and you're digging the content, don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button if you're not subbed yet. Let's say hello to a few people in here. Mr. Fretz saying hello. Paul Nelson, oh my goodness. Yeah, we didn't watch that tonight. Buckshot Kid, Armand, Zach Bonifer, William Gardner, what's up, brother? Munbay, bam, yes. All sorts of bams tonight. Critical Sting says, watching New Year's Knockout Eve took me back. Yeah, it's what's interesting is to throw a little timepiece trivia on this. As I'm watching this is a very, and here's that word, it's a very critical time in this company. Now, some would get excited about this news and some didn't. I back then really did, and I would love to see the following TNA Impact after this episode, except it's not on the Impact Plus. There's several years missing from their catalog, and they need to get it on there because I was really, part of me really wanted to see the following one after this. Now, it wasn't all great, but there is some really cool moments on there. This is the last one before they went head to head with the WWE on Monday nights. Now, granted, that didn't last too long, but it was still a very important part in their history. And this is also shortly after Hogan came on with them. So they were really firing on all cylinders. And doing some crazy stuff. But yeah, so that was a big part of this particular one. It was all leading up to the big Monday night 3-hour show. So yeah, I'm hoping that Impact Wrestling, gets a few more years on there because they're missing a lot. And 2009 is 2009 and I believe 2010 until about halfway up the decade is still missing. So, but nonetheless, yes, William Gardner, Hamada was awesome. And she was awesome in this special too. Let's say hello to a few other people in here. Who's in here? Bill's boy, Millard, Terrence Sullivan. So yeah, let's but first of all, before we get into that Knockouts New Year's Eve episode, which was a big tournament to find out the number one contender at the time for Tara's Knockouts title. News dropped when Chris Van Vliet dropped a little portion of an interview he recently did with ODB. And that's how he does a lot of these. He'll drop little few minute portions of an upcoming interview to kind of get hype for it. Well, this one gave away nothing specific as far as what she's doing or who she's wrestling, but the fact that ODB in this interview, in this portion, dropped that she is coming back to Impact Wrestling. And there's no other information besides that, other than we could possibly see her in one of these, next year or next episodes leading into this new year, 2021, because it's still January. We're about halfway through the month, and they're going to start a new set of tapings. In fact, David Penzer was on Twitter earlier and dropped this. In fact, so I'm just going to quick share this. So this is David Penzer earlier on Twitter. It says, "Trust me on this one. You will not want to miss Impact on Access TV this Tuesday night. Spread the word." So there you go. I'm doing my part. I'm spreading the word. You do not want to miss it. Because, man, this last pay-per-view, man, if you have not seen Hard to Kill, it was absolutely dope. It was incredible. And we reviewed it all over on that other little podcast, Total Nonstop Impact. So let me know in the chat. Are you guys excited for ODB's return? No specifics. We just know that she's coming back soon. Because, well, big picture thinking here, she's got that food truck that she runs. That's her business. And she relocated from Minnesota down to Florida because, well, it's that time of year. It gets cold up here up north. And I mean, God, it's honestly, it's getting cold everywhere. I mean AEW shot some stuff outdoors in their it's outdoors. It's it's all open, but it's it's covered, but it's all open. That Daly's place. And they did a few tapings where it was in the 40s down there. That is cold. I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine wrestling in that. But yeah, they did that. So hopefully they'll find somewhere indoors soon to wrestle. Because, man, that's a lot to put your roster through, honestly. But yeah, yeah, I saw that Bells boy. I'm not putting anything. I'm not putting any weight on that. That little. We'll call it a rumor. That's from someone who's we'll just say very bitter right now because he's within this last year he lost his entire YouTube channel because he was putting up content that wasn't his. So he's just trying to get, we'll just say he's trying to put stuff out there that, maybe some would say to stay relevant, It's like, hey, that's the risk. That'd be like me constantly trying to put up, Impact Wrestling or WWE stuff. Oh, I learned that lesson a long time ago. You can't do that. That's someone else's content. Put up your own damn content. So no, I don't pay much attention to him. He's bitter. He's pissed off. Oh well, lots of people put up other people's content and they pay the price. I don't feel bad for them. If you don't know by now, YouTube's been around long enough. They take that shit down. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna give that guy any more attention. Anything. Anyway, so yeah, very excited for ODB returning. We'll just have to wait and see exactly how and when she does with Impact Wrestling. So, yeah, that's right. That fake wrestling news. We don't. So, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, the original source is legit? Oh, well. I'm still not going to pay much attention to it. We'll see. If we see Taurus on Impact, whatever. Just the fact that, they're in the middle of tapings and I really don't want to know anything else. So, and no, we're not going to talk about Ethan Page. Oh God, what's up, Mark? So, no, Ethan Page is done. He's free as a bird. All right, so with the news about ODB, I felt this was appropriate because this is something else that just got dropped onto the eyes of the folks that are subbed to Impact Plus because it's Knockouts Month. All January long. And I was going to do one of the other Knockouts knockdowns. And I was, a friend of the show, Hakeem Fullerton, put up a poll for me, asking people to vote on which of the other 4 Knockouts knockdowns I should review. Which, thank you again, Hakeem. I appreciate that. The only thing is, it wound up being like a 4-way tie, which was appreciated, but it didn't help much. So, so I was like, well, okay, I don't know what to pick there. And as I started looking at more of the content that they dropped on Impact Plus, I was like, well, okay, let's do something that actually has ODB on the cover and is featuring more of ODB because of this news. So one of the last big things they dropped was the December 31st airing from 2009, the Knockouts New Year's Eve show. And it basically was all, with the exception of a couple segments, a tournament to find out the Knockouts #1 contender. So, all right, so it starts out here. And by the way, we got TNAW and Taz on commentary. Good team. Good team. A little more raunchy than usual because it's all knockouts, So, yeah, it is what it is. I'm not going to, criticize it too much, but it is comical at times. So yeah, Knockouts New Year's Eve starts out here. This tournament with Madison Rain versus Hamada. And this match is a perfect example of how good Madison Rain used to be, especially against someone like Hamada. Hamada is amazing all throughout this tournament. And I'm really honestly shocked, for as good as she was, that they didn't put the championship on her. So I don't know what issues there were or why they wouldn't. But man, I really thought, without looking at spoilers, looking into is that Hamada was going to win this, because I don't remember, who had what championships back then from just over 10 years ago. That's all pretty fuzzy. So, but yeah. So yeah, Madison Rain versus Hamada. Hamada wins here with a Hamada driver, and then there's a segment in the back with the Knockouts champ Tara. She seems to be very proud to represent TNA, the TNA Knockouts. I think this is shortly after she returned to the company, and I know she went back and forth a couple times between WWE and TNA, but that's neither here nor there. But she is the current Knockouts champion, so she has to find out who she's going to wrestle this coming Monday, because her title is going to be on the line. So she's watching this all very closely. That's right, cross the line. This was a big part of their promotion at that time, was cross the line, because they were starting to get some bigger names in there, especially with the the promotion of Hogan being there at the time. And oh gosh, who else was all there? Oh, Nash, one of my favorites. Mick Foley. So yeah, they were doing a little promoting during this event of other things going on as well. All right, so next we got Tracy Brooks. We see her a lot in the other throwbacks that we do over on TNI, because she was that's when she was just getting seen on TV from this brand. We got Tracy Brooks versus ODB. ODB wins this one, and one thing that I did not remember from back then, which was very clear here, is ODB back then was pretty heelish, and I always thought of her as kind of like the Stone Cold of the Knockouts, no fear, kind of like the anti-hero, but she's pretty heelish here. She really is, and it shocked me. I was really surprised. I was like, oh man, she's really just her behavior. I mean, and that becomes blatantly clear later on in the tournament as well. But she beats Tracy Brooks here. Next is Roxy. Good to see Roxy back versus Velvet Sky. And this was big for the beautiful people, because this was their last chance in this tournament to go forward, because Madison Rain had already been taken out from Hamada. But Roxy takes out Velvet Sky with a Voodoo drop, and this is back. And I forgot that this is back when Lacey Von Erich was part of the beautiful people, and she actually comes down and attacks Roxy afterwards and beats her with that long what they call that, the Knockouts, the ugly stick. It's basically a pink police baton. Oh, I remember Lacey Von Erich being there, but I don't remember like too many details of her, doing, anything specific with the Knockouts. I know they kind of did a Freebirds rule, when they did have the Knockouts tag titles and stuff like that, but I don't remember, anything really beyond that. I don't think she was with them very long. And after she left TNA, I don't remember seeing anything about her, honestly. That's right, Mark. The Throwbacks return this Thursday. That's right. We're trying to stay on track with them a little more now, coming into the new year now. Yes, Lacey's ugly stick. That Critical Sting says she didn't do that much. It was more name value. Yeah, I think so. She was, well, I mean, she was easy on the eyes too. So, but anyways, we continue. So yeah, Lacey Von Erich attacks Roxy, and then there's a big promo piece on Hogan joining the company and the whole press conference in New York at Madison Square Garden. That was a big, the diehard WWE fans would have called that a big no-no. It's like, because that's hallowed ground for wrestling, and that's Vince's home, and the fact that they went to Vince's home and did that press conference, that was big for back then. Crazy. And then the tournament continues here. We got Awesome Kong in the last part of the bracket going up against Daffney. Man, Awesome Kong just absolutely brutal against Daffney. Really, really messed her up. Just it was a great match, and certainly showed Awesome Kong's athleticism here. But man, it was one that you honestly felt bad for Daffney for. She really wrecked her. Hit her with an impact buster to get the win. And then a little break in the tournament. We see some Knockouts tag team action. A lot of people talking about these two lately. The Knockouts tag team, of Sarita and Taylor Wilde. They were the tag champs back then. And now this was a non-title match against April Hunter and Lorelei. And pretty short but sweet match from the tag champs, putting away Lorelei and April Hunter here. Not too much else to say other than Taylor and Sarita really worked well together. They really did have some chemistry. Styles, yo, what's up, brother? Oh yeah, they talked about, I fast forwarded through a couple small segments. Yeah, they talked about the Pope was on there too. Yeah. So Paul Nelson, my favorite nephew, just trying to get me in trouble here, saying Goldie is easy on the eyes, right, Uncle? Yeah, she's yeah. All right, we continue. Stop that. God, everybody's trying to get me in trouble tonight. You guys are killing me. All right, so yeah, Taylor Wilde and Sarita win this one. I don't remember anything else from April Hunter or Lorelei. I'm gonna have to do some research and see. Was this a one-off for them? I don't remember. But the tournament continues then with Roxy. She's all taped up from her attack from Lacey Von Erich. Goes against Hamada, continuing here. Man, I put a little star next to this one. This was by far the best match of the entire tournament, was Roxy versus Hamada. This was just an absolute tremendous back and forth. Man, makes me want to go watch some more Hamada matches. She was just amazing in this. Next one here, ODB versus Awesome Kong, continuing the tournament here. ODB coming down to the ring with a big old bottle of what looks like a Jack Daniels shaped bottle. Except it's got a ODB type, rectangular label on it, and she polishes it off in front of everyone, which is like, oh, she's really loaded for these matches. She plays a good drunk. She plays a good drunk here. It's funny. Styles just love you, Styles, just being a smartass. Says, by the way, J-Bone, I heard you made an appearance on Raw tonight. Something about a Gilbert return? Yeah, that headline did come across my eyes within the last few hours. Pretty crazy. I don't know why they would bring him back. I mean, obviously Goldberg is back with them, but I don't know why they'd bring him back. That's crazy. Just hey, it's another reason for me to skip it, right? Smart ass. Love you, Styles. Oh God. All right. So ODB versus Awesome Kong. Just a brutal brawl. The ref gets taken out towards the end of this match. Awesome Kong goes to give her a power bomb, and ODB counters, smashing the giant bottle over Awesome Kong's head, rolls her up for the pin. It's crazy. Joey Z's in here. What's up, man? And last but certainly not least for this tournament, ODB versus Hamada. Beats her with a TKO. Another great match from ODB in this tournament, and props to Hamada too. She looked great all the way through this, especially going up with a brawler like ODB, and ODB looked great here. Those kicks from Hamada really sobered her up quick. Yeah, there was even a spot in this I took note of because Awesome Kong, who was actually a Knockouts tag partner of Hamada at the time, brought a table down. Then security and the refs chased her away. And Hamada brought the table closer, set it up right, put ODB on it, and went to the top rope and did a moonsault. No water in the pool. ODB quick jumps off the table, and Hamada just demolishes the table. So, yeah, that certainly went in ODB's favor as well. But ODB wins this tournament, and, the fans let her have it. And then to end the show, Knockouts champion Tara comes down, and they brawl, and they got to get separated. And then there's a big promo talking about the upcoming Impact Wrestling for the following Monday, starting off the new year against the WWE. So, very interesting time in this company. I wish there was more of this content on there. But hey, it is what it is. I know last year they put another huge bunch of episodes on from, I believe, 2008. So they're getting there. I'm not sure what's taking so long, but whatever. Not going to overthink it. So yeah, just wanted to do a quick review of this event. This obviously was a highlight for ODB as we celebrate her return to Impact Wrestling with the news that broke earlier tonight. So that's about it. This one's going to be short and sweet, folks. It's been a long day. And we'll be back tomorrow night over in that other little podcast called Total Nonstop Impact for we're going to do, Bill and I, what we always do on Tuesdays. We'll do the watch along. And from what it sounds like, it's going to be pretty damn good. The fallout from Hard to Kill, and then the review shortly afterwards. So be there, don't miss it, and I'll be back on Wednesday with content from AEW with my buddy Basil, if he's back in town. I know he's busy with the Impact tapings right now, so I'm gonna message him tomorrow probably and see exactly when he's coming back. So we'll see. Sorry, Styles. This one's short but sweet tonight. So, yeah, as we get out of here, don't forget, folks, smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more content hits your screen, excuse me. Wow, yeah, time to go. Good night, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.